Good morning. Today is Thursday the 3rd of June 2021 and I've come here to Fairholmes today, which is at the northern tip of Ladybower Reservoir, and just the other side of those trees is Derwent Reservoir. So I'm going to be doing, I think the walk today is going to be just over 9 miles, so it's twice as long as the last walk I did around this area. But I'm really looking forward to it because later on today I'm going to be right up there and the views are going to be to die for. Today's walk began at the National Park Visitor Centre at Fairholmes, a joint venture between the Peak District National Park and Severn Trent Water. The complex includes cycle hire, refreshment kiosk and ranger services. Just 500 metres from Derwent Dam, it is an ideal base from which to explore the Upper Derwent Valley and surrounding moorlands. Okay, here I am at Derwent Dam. That certainly is impressive. It doesn't matter whenever I come here, it always looks impressive, but I never seem to get here when the water level is higher in the reservoir, when the water is actually rushing over the dam, because it looks absolutely amazing then. But even though I can't see any water going over the dam today, it still looks impressive. There were some steps in front of the dam, up which I climbed to reach a path. Turning left at the top, I was able to see the reservoir. Derwent Reservoir is the middle of the 3 man-made areas of water in the Upper Derwent Valley, the other 2 being Ladybower to the south and Howden to the north. It is perhaps best known for its use to practice the famous Dam Busters raid in 1943, and the subsequent film adopting the very same location. It's quite cloudy at the moment. They did forecast that it's going to be cloudy for most of the day, but we might get some sunny spells later on. Whatever, it's still going to be a lovely day. Beautiful. Now, whilst I think about it, I just wanted to talk about Facebook. Now, in recent months, I've been receiving quite a few friend requests from people I don't know. So if I do receive friend requests from people I don't know, they just get deleted, I'm afraid. I have actually said that, you know, I do not accept friend requests from anyone unless I'm absolutely certain who you are. I don't know if these people are followers of the Solitary Rambler, but a lot of them just don't tell me who they are. So what I would say is if you do send me a friend request, firstly, I would suggest that you send me a message first, just to let me know who you are and how you know me. And secondly, have the privacy settings on your Facebook account set that I can actually see something about you. Because more often than not, I've actually found that when I get a friend request from somebody, they don't tell me who they are, and then if I try and read something on their profile, I can't see anything about them, so I haven't got a flipping clue who they are. So they will just get deleted, simple as that. I mean, put it this way. If you received a friend request on Facebook from someone you've never heard of before, and especially couldn't see anything about them, would you accept it? Well, I'm nearing the top end of Derwent Reservoir now. I can just see Howden Dam there. This is where I leave the track now that goes beside the reservoir. I've got a nice long hard climb ahead of me. Turning right off the main track beside the reservoir, I immediately swung right again to rise across the steep slope of Abbey Bank. Leaving the plantation through a gate, I continued to climb, but I started to be rewarded with fantastic views over the Upper Derwent Valley. The sun's trying to break through now. Oh, look at these fantastic views. Isn't that just amazing? As I was just starting to climb up Abbey Bank, there was a lady coming the other way, and she looked at me and she laughed and she said, "I'm so glad I'm coming down," she said. "I'm reaping the rewards now," she said. I said, "Well, you've earned them." Because I said, you know, if you come down, you've had to have climbed up somewhere first. And I said, that's what I'm doing, so at least later on today, I will be going down again. I soon came to a crossing of paths by a low cairn and signpost. I turned left up the hill, following the path towards shrines. Higher up, the path curved to the right, following a broken wall, eventually reaching a gate and signpost. Still making for shrines, my immediate objective was now clear ahead. I'm heading for that round summit there. That's Lost Lad. This is a hard climb, but I will be rewarded later on. It's worth it. This prominent outcrop was named Lost Lad after a young shepherd boy who, hampered by the weather on the moor, had become disorientated. As he lay on the hilltop, dying from exposure, he carved the words Lost Lad on a boulder. Lost Lad! Ah, here we are then. Yep, it's definitely worth it. Just look at these views. It's still a bit cloudy, but you still get some spectacular views here. That's my next target. That's Back Tor. And then once I'm beyond there, I'll be on Derwent Edge. In order to reach the triangulation point on Back Tor, I had to scramble a bit, but again, it was worth it for the amazing views all around. Down now. Well, I think I've done the hardest bit now. Now that I'm here on Back Tor, I've done the worst of the climbing for today. Now the bit I'm really looking forward to. is the walk along Derwent Edge. My onwards path curved to the right along the broad, undulating spine of Derwent Edge. I stayed with the paved path along the edge, where the outcropping gritstone has been weathered into some weird and wonderful shapes. What I like about Derwent Edge is all these names of all the different rock formations. Those rocks over there are called the Cakes of Bread. The Cakes of Bread is one of many tors on Derwent Edge, which have been named over the years by local residents and have now been officially titled on Ordnance Survey maps. I continued along the paved path, heading for the next tor. Well, it's 1:10 now. I think I ought to stop and have my lunch. I think here on Dovestone Tor might be a nice spot. Yeah. Fantastic spot to eat my lunch. It's getting sunnier now, so the view should be even better as the day goes on. Just past, quite a few people coming, they're walking north along Derwent Edge, and Guy and his wife, he just sort of said to me, "Oh, nice day, isn't it? But I wouldn't want to have been up here yesterday when it's hot," he said. I mean, yesterday and a few days before, particularly over the bank holiday weekend, they've been the hottest days of the year so far. And yeah, I think probably yesterday, even though it was sunnier all day, I think probably today is a better day because it's cooler as well. And I don't feel particularly comfortable walking in really intense heat. It actually saps my energy. I don't know about a lot of other people, but I actually prefer it when it's a little bit cooler because you work up a sweat anyway. So I'd rather it not be too hot when I'm doing a walk. So yeah, I can sort of see what that guy was saying, really. Be a bit like a sun trap up here. But whatever day you come up here, as long as it's not pissing down with rain, this is just a brilliant place to walk all the year round, really. Well, whilst I'm here on Derwent Edge, I'd like to give a shout out to Anthony Johnson. Hi Anthony, hope you're well. Now Anthony has got his own YouTube channel, which is absolutely brilliant. He loves walking and he's done lots of videos of walks he's done, and many of them have been here in the Peak District, because like me, he absolutely adores the Peak District. But Anthony recently did the 9 Edges Challenge in the Peak District. So he started here on Derwent Edge, and then he walked across Stanage Edge, Upper and Burbage Rocks, Froggatt Edge, Kerber Edge, Baslow Edge, Gardens Edge and Birchin Edge. And that was about 23 miles, so well done Anthony, he did that all in a day. So yeah, please do check his channel out. And that boulder there is called the Salt Cellar.
beyond the salt cellar, I moved on again, as the ridge path took me over White Tor, and on towards the next tor.
And these are the wheelstones.
The wheelstones, also known as the Coach and Horses, would be the last tor on Derwent Edge I would pass today. Beyond it, the path gently lost height for about a quarter of a mile, before reaching a familiar junction of paths.
Well, I have to say that walk along Derwent Edge has been absolutely lovely. A real pleasure to do that was. Even though it was a very hard climb coming up from Derwent Reservoir, I knew it would be worth it in the end, and it certainly was. That is an absolutely delightful walk along Derwent Edge. Surprised I've never done it more often. Anyway, now here, and I think I've been here before too. Yes, on my very last walk, I came up from Moscar and I turned left and followed the ridge down onto Dovestone Tor. But today, I'm going to be turning down here in the direction of Derwent.
Leaving Derwent Edge, the path fell steadily as I slowly made my way northwestwards. Entering the National Trust estate surrounding High House Farm, I continued down to a group of restored 17th century barns, one of which is used as a handy little shelter with a bench, poems and pictures from the local school.
Ah. Nice little rest spot, I suppose. Yeah. Very nice. Oh well, I'm going to carry on anyway because I'm nearly finished.
My path was dropping down back towards Ladybower Reservoir, beneath which at this point lies the submerged village of Derwent, which was drowned by the rising waters in 1943 when the dam was completed.
There's a little bit of a shower just then, but it seems to be dying off again now, and the sun's coming out. There's nothing more restful than standing beside water. Beautiful. Well, I'm nearly at the end of the walk now. I've just got to keep following the lane, I'll be back at Fairholmes where I've parked my car. So a really lovely, it was just over 9-mile walk today. So a hard climb up to Lost Lad and then on to Back Tor and Derwent Edge. But once I was up there, it really was worth the climb because that was absolutely fantastic. Really nice. I've definitely earned my tea tonight.